Well, let's now focus on Himachal Pradesh, where major landslides took place near a bus stand in the Kullu district. And there you can see those disturbing visuals as around 8 to 9 buildings collapsed near the new bus stand. This is in Ani. In Kullu, there's no known loss of life at the moment, but reports state that notices were issued by the administration to vacate the building about a week ago. Remember, Kullu has been seeing a landslide since the torrential rainfall took place, and various parts of the state have had roads washed away, houses washed away. But just take a look at these massive buildings in Kullu and the manner in which they're coming down as the earth is just sliding down the mountain in a fresh rain-related incident. Multiple buildings collapsing. Hundreds of vehicles, meanwhile, are stranded in a 10-kilometer-long traffic jam in Kullu district after the road connection with Mandi has been damaged due to the rainfall.
See, it is correct. This basically is a set of buildings very close to the bus stand. So there are 3 buildings which are commercial, and behind them there are 4 residential buildings. Cracks started appearing in these buildings, and 4 days back these buildings were got vacated, so there were no inmates. Today morning at 9:18 all of them collapsed. So there is no loss of life, and all these people were shifted, and they are with their relatives much ahead of time. And in the meantime, after this incident has happened, we have vacated all these buildings about 500 meters radius of wherever these buildings collapsed. So as of now, we are taking adequate precaution, and I just want to confirm that there is no loss of life, and the administration and police had taken steps ahead of time.
All right, moving on to news from Mizoram, where search and rescue operations are on. According to the state government sources, at least 23 people are feared dead. 18 bodies have been recovered till yesterday evening. 3 injured have also been recovered, including a railway engineer. Among the dead are 6 from one family. Now, according to railways sources, at least 30 people were working in the part of the bridge that collapsed. It's a partial collapse of the bridge, and the state government and disaster management quick reaction teams, as well as volunteers of Young Mizo Association, are carrying out the search and rescue operations.
That's right. In fact, this morning the search and rescue operation has once again started. Remember, it's a multi-agency search and rescue operation which is taking place there at Sairang, which is a very difficult terrain, about 21 kilometers away from Mizoram's capital Aizawl. And the search and rescue operation is being carried out where the state agencies are there. You have the NDRF, you have the BSF helping them, and most importantly, what we can put out for our viewers is that the state government has confirmed that they have been able to retrieve 18 bodies. In fact, all the bodies have been identified as well. Unfortunately, they are all from Malda town. They are migrant workers from Malda town in West Bengal, in Malda district rather. And what we are hearing is that there are 6 of them who are related to each other, maybe from the same family. That's what people are saying. And also one railway engineer and 2 other people who were injured have been rescued. Now they are being treated in the hospital. The post-mortem is being carried out since last evening. So what official sources are telling us that they have spotted more bodies which will be recovered. So this death toll might actually go up, because in all there were about 30 odd people working there at the site when this incident took place. Remember, the bridge did not collapse totally. It's not a total collapse of the bridge, it's a partial collapse of the bridge. So what exactly happened between 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. yesterday was that these bridge are coming up in a very difficult terrain, and while they were putting the girders, the gantry of the bridge collapsed.
In other news, the Wrestling Federation of India has been suspended by the World Wrestling Body, the United World of Wrestling. This is over the failure to conduct elections. Remember, elections have still not taken place for the Wrestling Federation. The WFI has seen itself being embroiled in controversies, especially former President Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh being accused of alleged sexual harassment by some top wrestlers of the country. The federation was supposed to hold elections in June 2023, but then multiple protests kept coming in, and as a result of the suspension, the country's grapplers will not be allowed now to compete at an upcoming World Championships under the Indian flag. Let's go across to Rika now for more. And Rika, we do know the matter was in court as well regarding the election, but really letting down our wrestlers with this failure.
Well, Gargi, a couple of things here. It's not about letting down the wrestlers, because the wrestlers can still continue to wrestle under the UWW flag, and that's exactly what they are going to do at the upcoming World Championships. So far as the Asian Games are concerned, they will wrestle under the India flag, because not WFI but IOA, or the Indian Olympic Association, has sent their entries. The wrestlers are directly not affected, but it is a huge failure of the Indian sporting system, huge failure of the Indian Olympic Association, their inability to set the house in order despite all that has happened since the month of January. The elections were expected from June. Several times it has kept getting postponed. There were several petitions that were brought about by different agencies, but those have not been sorted out. Everything has been caught in a legal wrangle right now, which the IOA needs to clear at the earliest, have elections, set the house in order, so that in the upcoming competitions that are held this year leading up to the Paris Olympic Games, and even the quota is got for the country and not just for the NOC. Right now, if they win Olympic quota, the quota will not be transferred to the Olympic Association because it is banned. It will only be transferred once elections are held and there is a proper elected body in place.
All right. Thanks so much, Rika, for joining us with the latest there. And with that, time for us to slip into a short break. More news coming up on the other side, including a cabinet expansion in Madhya Pradesh.